Hey again, Anthony here. I got a good amount of feedback from the previous video on how to set up the Cardano settlement layer and the wallet on the Google Cloud. So I extended a little bit on this video by creating a Google Cloud image that if you sign up, so you can sign up and the link should be below. Let me just reopen this again. So if you sign up here with your email address and a small donation and your transaction ID, then I'll give you access to the cloud image. So the cloud image is actually a pre-built Ubuntu 17 version with the Cardano settlement layer, with Daedalus wallet, with VNC configured, with all the edit functions configured, with a smart little menu for editing the firewall rules. And also I already configured MiningCore, which is a pool server in case you want to start using it as a mining pool. The reason for the donation, well, I don't want everybody to just start putting in email addresses, because I will have to manually provide access to that image for each email address. So just to keep the threshold a little bit higher, like I said, it doesn't need to be a big donation, but just so that people who are clearly interested, can get access to it with no problem. So the way it works is just fill in the form. Now this email address needs to be a valid email address, right? So you can do Yahoo, doesn't really matter, as long as the email address itself is enabled with Google. So definitely the email address you use to log into YouTube, or your Google Apps address, or your Gmail address, those email addresses will work, because they need to be associated with Google for me to give you access. Then we send the process just what currency you donated and the transaction ID, and then once I verified it, I'll just give you access to the image. So once you have access, what you do is you go to your Google Cloud. Now I'm setting it up using the free tier, which means you're gonna have 12 months free and about $300 to spend with it, which is great for the setup, to trial it out. So once you register in the Google free tier, you can go to your console, and then we'll open it up here again. And what you'll notice is you'll see already a Cardano VM project in there. Now the project itself, there's very little you can do, because you will only have access to the image, to the copy of the server. So what you'll need to do is you need to build your own. So first you need to go to the top corner and just create your own project by pressing the plus. So let's say this is my new test Cardano. So this project process takes a couple of minutes. You can see it here loading in, and once it's set up, you can actually start configuring your VM box as well. So I'll pause the video until we get to that point. So now we've selected our new project, and like I said, it will take a bit of time for it completely finished, but we can already go to our compute engine and press VM instances. Okay, so this is loading, and again, this takes a couple of minutes. In the meantime, while this is loading, you might want to download Tight VNC. So this is the tool we're going to use to actually connect to the server from a GUI perspective. Yeah. So straightforward, just download the installer, run it. Next. Now, of course, I already have it installed, but I'll run the repair, and then once that's done, you're up and running. Keep it open here in the corner in case you want to start using it. Make this empty. Okay, let's see if there's any update on our build. Okay, so this is done. Took a couple of minutes. Now that it's set up, we can actually create our first VM instance. So pressing create, and then this will load in the builder. Give it a good name. Again, it's up to you what you want to call it. So I'll call this Google image demo. The nice thing with this, you can actually pick whatever zone you want, right? Because the image is already pre-configured, so it's really up to you how you want to set it. So let's pick Europe for a change. Now again, I would still recommend the 2 CPUs, but it's again up to you, up to your budget. The more important part is this thing here, the boot disk. So when you press change and then custom image, you should be able to access what's called the Cardano VM. And again, this is only after you've been given access. And in there you can see the latest build image. Right? So at the moment, VM Feb 2018. I would set it to SSD as well, again, because I like a snappy performance, but it's up to you if you're still testing. Now keep in mind, if you're doing a free tier account, you have $300 to spend. So based on this, we'll probably have over 3 months of playtime. Set this to allow full access, and then just press create. Now again, this takes a couple of minutes. Now, even when it's complete, just wait 1 or 2 minutes longer, just so that everything can be starting up properly. Don't start clicking on things directly, because it might take a bit longer than expected. So depending on your zone as well, takes time. So I had some run within a minute, and some take actually 5 minutes to actually complete the build. Also, in terms of the disk space that you're going to select, so it needs to be 50 gigs or higher. You cannot go lower, because the image itself is designed for that. And again, the image is really created around potential growth in the next year, so 50 gig is a good starting point. Okay, so this is done. This took about 5 minutes. So now we have it set up. You can see it's live. We have an internal IP address, we have an external IP address. And first thing we need to do is actually connect to our SSH by clicking the SSH button. This will open up a new tab. So if you have pop-ups blocked, you'll see it appearing in the top right corner. And what it does, it's now copying the SSH keys from your Google Cloud account onto the server. And that's a standard approach. Okay, so what it does, it will start up, and I created a little menu for it so that it's a lot easier to actually configure it, because there's a couple of things we need to do just in terms of security as well. So first of all, we want to set the VNC password. Right? So press 1, and then it asks you for a password. So just change it to whatever you want to have it. I'll just VN. Don't worry about the password length of 8. Anything longer, it will still work. I want with a few only. And then the next one is actually setting up your firewall rule. So you could do it manually within the Cloud Console, but I've made it a quick, easy command line. So you can just press number 2, and then that will actually set up your firewall rules to allow VNC access. Okay, that's created, and you can see it will display the port 5901 for all sessions. Okay, so now we're actually done. The image is configured, and we can actually already connect it using VNC. So let's copy the external IP address. Throw it into our remote host. 1:5901. And then, I think I said it too. There we go. So once you open up, you'll see it's already preloaded, because I put the connect to mainnet, which is the syncing part, and as well the wallet part of the startup. Yeah. So it's a new install. The wallet DB is cleared completely. So from this point onwards, you can start doing what you want. You can close it up as well. You can kill it here. It takes always a little bit longer to close. And then here's 3 start buttons as well. So this is for the wallet, so we can start it now. It won't run because we didn't start the settlement layer, so we'll just waiting for network. But then if we start the settlement layer as well, now it starts building up. Now we should be able to see this kicking in very shortly. So that's it. So under 10 minutes you can set up a entire server. So the plan for this is I'll be updating the instances over time. There's probably a couple of things that we want to configure. I also want to come up with some more information around the MiningCore. At the moment I've configured it just with a standard Ethereum blank config. So that's why you see some of these errors here because I haven't set any wallet addresses or whatever. But you know, if you change the config file, it will work based on whatever pool you want to configure it for. So this is, you know, it's great for Cardano, but again, it's a clean Linux install. There's no other stuff in there, so you can just work away, maybe use it in the meantime for something else. But again, it's pre-configured. So over time, I'll add in some more functionality and maybe release new images over time. So if everyone wants to. If people want to, you know, update or get newer functionality, then just keep an eye on the post or on the YouTube channel as well. Okay, well, thank you for watching and good luck.